It happened on June 19, 2018, in East Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he was only 17. He looked like my son. I mean, his infectious smile exposing his puffy cheeks. It's not only because he's black and swagged out and wears loose jeans and wears his heart on the sleeves of his hoodie. He looked like my son, holding his cell phone, taking a quick selfie and acting cool. A photo of a tall mannish figure, hanging with his friends and pretending and joking. Is it his raging hormones? Is he being obnoxious? Is he doing what the teenagers do? He'd probably being age appropriate and acting like a child and being mischievous too. He looked like my son, playing video games, full of life, ready to take on the world. He's young and indestructible. He takes crazy chances. And he lacks adult maturity. He doesn't like to be told what to do. He looked like my son, laying on the ground. His lifeless, not yet developed body looks sad and alone. I know he's crying out for forgiveness and is calling for his mommy. He's a casualty of war against the black man. The black mother is therefore his casualty. He's no longer a mama's boy. He's Godchild now, and his spirit is free. He looked like my son, especially because he's so damn young and have thoughts of invincibility. In a blink of an eye, it all went wrong and things changed. He wasn't promised another tomorrow. This isn't how the youth is supposed to be seen. He looked like my son. Now he's on trial, being vilified and investigated. His legacy is wrapped around a controversial event, killing the hope for tomorrow, leaving him immortal and frozen in time on Wikipedia and Google searches. He looked like my son, portrayed as a nuisance, a villain, per this racist system that is quick to find a reason outside themselves instead of looking at their own past and present transgressions. He looked like my son, as his parents begged for peace in a non peaceful situation, being bombarded with the responsibility for keeping civility instead of being in a sacred space to breathe and to properly grieve. Why did no one call them shortly after the fateful shooting? He looked like my son. I think as I sit and think of the lost beginnings not too far from his story of a violent yet quick ending, my heart goes out to the families. I'm connected to their internal pain. I'm acutely aware of how helpless we are in regards to protecting our sons. I cry for a resolution. I cry for a heartfelt ending. He looked like my son, a stereotype often harassed and depicted as a moving target, running like a grateful deer. It's hard to remain hopeful when we're all structurally being programmed to believe in structural building by egos. We're trained to fear each other like we don't believe in a higher power. He looked like my son, a sad, expecting statistic no parent ever wants to receive. The issues of race is a circular conversation that never goes anyplace except back to where it was conceived. Our nation never seems to go deeper to get to the heart of the matter. Just surface dialogue as our kids keep dying and as our kids keep becoming our ancestors. And the kids of the cop feels all his pain and tension. He looks just like my son, which is why my heart hurts every time I see this familiar picture. I pray his death was honored with necessary changes. I pray for accountability. I pray like a praying mother. I pray for protection from the ills of the world, for the kids of all races and ethnicities to remain safe from the fears of others, whether they're black, white, Asian, Native American, or Latino. He was all of our son, a connection to our worst fears. Rest in peace and paradise to all our lost sons. He looked like my son. He looked like my son. White, black, Asian, Native American, Latino. They were all our sons. He was all of our sons. Where has our humanity gone?